Tell me how we could be right here. I swear it came out of nowhere. Sometimes I wanna run away for the thrill of the chase. But it's hard when you mean so much, oh you mean so much. Why do you mean this much? I'm running, running hurts. Take a look in my life, staring at those deep blue eyes. Now I'm ashamed you've played the game. Missteps, mistakes, they're all the same. I don't know where to go from here. I really wonder how it feels if I listen to the voice inside. If I free my mind, let the stars come out. If I fire through the night, turning darkness into light, stars up in space, nothing's the same. Now watch me burn your love to ashes. Now watch me burn your love to ashes. You thought you had all control, that I would never let you go. But I knew the lines, saw through your lies. Revenge is all so sweet sometimes. You don't know where to go from here. You never wondered how it feels when I listen to the voice inside. If I free my mind, let the stars come out.
but she said trust me. These are the stories we will tell. As I stood frozen, infinite, I almost fell. But I got a feeling and my heart starts beating, a sudden rush of feeling alive. This is freedom and I won't change, I won't phase out. I'm no close your eyes, seek paradise, won't change your mind, can't shape the lights. I'll take the chance and roll the dice. I want it all, just for the night. I live it out like I'll never die. I lose my head in the starry skies, can't change it down, I feel so alive. Back down, only one way out, I let you run my life. Now you won't get me down. Untamed, guess I lost my mind. You turn me inside out, no one can stop me now. So turn up the light, turn up the This is what I waited for, 'cause the clock keeps ticking, hard for me to keep up. I can't take it no more, 'cause the time keeps turning, feels just like it speeds up. It's what I waited Close your eyes, seek paradise, won't change your mind, can't shake the light. I'll take the chance and roll the dice. Just wanna feel the stars surround, the atmosphere never to come down. I'll stand alone, whether right or wrong. It takes me home, right where I belong. Back down, only one way out, I let you run my life. Now you won't get me down. Untamed, guess I lost my mind. You turn me inside out, no one can stop me now. So turn up the light, turn up the light.
much too fast. No wonder we crashed, and you threw all the parts away. You left me searching. I'm not over. Are you done, baby, breaking my heart? I'm not over. I'm not gonna let us fall apart.
Welcome back, everybody, to the I-League Land Finals. We're here with the winner bracket final. It's actually Game 2 of a best-of-3. HGT versus LGD. This series started last night. Unfortunately, Dota 2 servers had some hiccups. There were some delays. We only had Game 1 get played, so this is Game 2 with LGD having a 1-0 lead. Joining me for this best-of-3, none other than Mr. WinterDota. Winter, how you doing? Are you with me? Hello, hello. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Winter. No Winter today. Okay, Winter. Winter, are you there? No.
Yeah, but I didn't load into the game.
Ah, we got issues then. That's a problem. Do I need to join you in Dota TV? Is that what's going to happen here?
I'll just watch on the stream, I guess.
Okay. Alright, well that'll do. We've got HGT. They lost. I don't know if you caught much of last night's game. They actually used this jug pick that we're seeing come out here. But they lost that game, unfortunately. It was the Silo Morphling proving to be too powerful.
Nope, I didn't catch that game. I was busy.
You're a slacker. That's what you are. You mean you don't watch every single Pro Dota 2 game that gets played, Winter?
Well done.
Poor form, poor form. Here I am, working my butt off, watching every... No, what am I talking about? I just grabbed a beer from the fridge 30 minutes ago. Who am I kidding? It's been a fun day. I've been casting Dota 2 Asia Championships. Now we have I-League action with LGD versus HGT. Then Vici Gaming in the loser bracket final will take on the loser of this series directly afterwards. And we've got a draft underway, so... Pretty standard opening. LGD going for the Ember Spirit, Vengeful Spirit. They almost always first pick this Ember Spirit when it's in the pool, and HGT seem to really favor the Jug, which we're seeing quite a bit of as well.
Yeah, he got buffed like the attack speed, right?
The
in the latest patch.
He's got an extra 6 agility, the Jug, and also the Blade Dance. It's better at the early levels. I think it's better at all levels.
Better at level 1, I think. 2, something like that.
Yeah, it definitely got... the Blade Dance percent got a decent little buff.
You get more value if you have 1 point now.
Yeah.
Yes.
The hero seems to be... And just having that extra... Like, the 6 extra agi, I mean, the hero can jungle that a little bit better. He can just lane a bit better. Everything about him, he's just doing a bit more damage, so... He seems like a just more well-rounded hero now. 6 agi, 2 OP. It's actually quite a lot, 6 agi. I don't know.
6 edge is almost 1 armor, and people were talking about the buff Necro got a few patches ago, plus 1 armor, base armor.
Yes. Yeah. Except the agi is also damage for the Juggernaut. It's also attack speed. It gives him a bit of everything which he benefits from. So, alright. We'll see HGT then transition into that second stage, and LGD, when they get this Ember Spirit for Yao, normally it's to kind of work around Sylar on some hard carry. The Medusa, the Morphling, his 2 preferred ones, and both of those 2 carries do get banned out here by HGT. So we'll see what they go for Sylar instead now. The Anti-Mage still there, not exactly the best here. I've seen Juggernauts just wreck through Anti-Mages, especially when you go that Blink build and you can like blink after him when he tries to juke you and Omni Slash him. It was earlier today where a Juggernaut just wrecked him. It's going to be a Lycan, though. So LGD picked the Sylar Lycan up with the Morph Medusa ban.
Lycan with Venge, a lot of damage.
Yeah. Even though you're on the Radiant side, it's not always all about the Roshan with the Lycan pick. So
How far am I behind?
there's 0 delay on the stream, but 0 delay works out to be like around 30 seconds maybe 20 seconds.
Okay.
So you can offer your expert analysis in delayed time, I guess. My condolences.
On borrowed time.
That's what happened. The other day, there was a game that happened to me where we had to cast from Dota TV because for whatever reason it like kicked me out as they were loading in, and then
Yeah, it happened to me just now. The same thing.
Yeah, perfect world, man.
I can't get back in.
Perfect world, fun stuff. But we'll hopefully get things smoother for the next BO3. There's possible game 3 in this series should HGT win it. But we'll see how things pan out here, as it is going to be HGT playing on that Dire side, so they are not in as big a risk of losing Roshan control to the Vengeful Spirit Lycan, but there is always that slight worry that if these heroes do go missing on the map, they could smoke into Roshan and go for some kind of a sneak. And LGD, this is another kind of LGD pick. They love their Visage. They go for a 4th pick Visage to pair with the Vengeful Spirit. You've got Familiars, you've got Lycan, you've got lots of summons, you've got lots of physical damage, and with a Vengeful Spirit on your team, this just seems to be a pretty kind of nice altogether draft with a lot of synergy.
I was actually expecting Ancient Apparition for LGD.
For LGD?
Yeah, because of the healing ward.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And very good synergy with Ember.
The Familiars are good at sniping the healing ward, though. That's always... I mean, even Lycan Wolves, they're invis, so they can actually find the healing ward pretty easily, too, so... The main issue is if the healing ward, with the 450 movement speed, you can't actually get to it. You need some kind of blinking hero, but the summons actually work quite nicely for sniping the healing ward.
You talk about 450 movement speed. He
That's
has
a lot.
650.
Queen.
What? Oh yeah, the Lycan in ulti form, yeah. And HGT pick up a Queen of Pain. This is not a hero. I feel like HGT draft very differently and prioritize. Like they're drafting a lot more like the Western teams are right now with the Juggernaut picks, the Queen of Pain. We're seeing some teams go for, and not exactly a popular mid.
They are playing for lane dominance. Quap versus like they're expecting an Ember going to be very good, and Rubik Juggernaut is a very good aggressive challenge because you lift and Blade Fury, very good synergy.
That was what they did last time. The game you missed last night was the offensive tri-lane the Jug, and Sylar got no farm.
I think that's what they want to do because against Lycan, you don't want the Lycan to have a good time. Like if the enemy puts the Lycan middle, you have Quap middle, which will bully the Lycan quite a bit for the first few levels. And yeah, looking at the heroes, HGT have very strong laning phase, and they are looking to establish a huge lead just by out laning the enemy and potentially get a couple of kills in the early game.
Well, potential offensive trial. I guess they need some kind of a solo hero for the side lane, and this is where both teams essentially need their kind of off lane hero. And for HGT, it may be a safe lane solo hero.
LGD needs like a Puck or Tide or something along the lines. Maybe Puck because Tide is out.
Yeah, Tide banned out, so Puck available. Definitely some kind of good like initiation / teamfight centric hero. Bat's also banned out.
Yeah. Oh, no Bat Rider.
Clockwork? In July plays a lot of Clockwork. The Doom gets banned out by HGT. I don't know if that's what LGD really wanted. It'd be a bit too much. I mean, it's another kind of farming hero who can't really fight or create that much space for the Lycan. So we'll see what they go for instead.
But if it's like if you have Doom, Ember, and Lycan, and what if you don't win the early game enough? Then you're going to be like auto lose because of their 3-core.
So it's going to be a Darkseer. Ooh, I like the Darkseer. We saw a very well played Darkseer the other day by Ice for Vici Gaming. And
that was with the PA and the Ember. This game is Lycan Wolves and the Ember as well.
Yeah, Iron Shell and Ember is a lot of damage with the Flame Guard, and he can kind of get pretty aggressive when he's like around that 10-minute mark when he's got the magic resistance from the Flame Guard as well. So I think the pick synergizes pretty nicely. I mean, you mentioned on the Lycan as well.
And they need someone to be able to like stand in the lane and very good at 1v1 so that he can actually maybe make HGD think like, oh, maybe we can't aggressive try lane, or they can't find a good like. And basically, Darkseer does okay against almost everyone.
I can't really. I mean, there's no heroes that would just beat a Darkseer in a 1v1 lane that I can really think of. There's some which can maybe trade farm with him equally, but nothing that's gonna.
I remember in the old days, Anti-Mage used to do quite well 1v1 Darkseer.
Oh yeah, Black kind of showed that. It's gonna be a Lifestealer pick, and makes me wonder maybe dual lanes even from HGT. Lifestealer not really a hero that does that well 1v1 against the Darkseer. At the same time, it's not really an offlane hero, so are they offensive trialing the Lifestealer and doing Jug? Icy picks up the Jug, so I don't.
But Jug doesn't do like exceptionally well against Darkseer though.
Do you feel like Lifestealer does though?
More like mostly maybe 2-1-2, I guess. If they pick Lifestealer, if they want to really like 1v1, they would probably have went with the Anti-Mage.
Not the pick I was expecting from HGT.
They have like Queen of Pain Lifestealer forms, and they have very strong mid-game fight, a lot of damage. There's a good mix of spell damage and physical damage in between the Jug, Lifestealer, and the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, but from LGD's side, they've got plenty of physical damage to be able to focus down the Lifestealer if they want to in Rage. Similar for the Jug when he's in Blade Fury, and it looks like Icy is on the Jug, so it's going to be that kind of Ice style offlane Jug perhaps. And you look at the physical damage with Lycan, with the Visage Familiars, with the Venge amplification from the Wave of Terror as well as Vengeance Aura. I feel like they match up okay against the HGT draft, but as you said, HGT have really good lanes. Rubik, Skywrath, Juggernaut as well on their side. The lane dominance is definitely there for the HGT side. So we'll see a rotation towards another Radiant jungle. Both teams heading the same direction, and a possible fight brewing as Venge has boots and should be able to get away from this Rubik. Darkseer does not. No, he's not going to be chased down. And LGD going to lurk around the side here. They're looking maybe for a fight. HGT do have the Blade Fury on their side as well as a Rubik who could hit a multiple hero stun. And Iron Shell comes out. Sylar wants to chase. He's already leveled up the Howl, so you are fighting into a 5-hero Howl. And it looks like HGT, they get cold feet. They back off and will not take the 5v5 with LGD. Do get some Sentry Wards down to do some early pull camp blocks, though.
They have It looks like they're actually going to try lane instead of 2-1-2. Are they?
On the HGT side,
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be maybe even a solo offlane Jug. Oh, bottom bounty rune going to be controlled by LGD as they send 4 heroes to secure it. Sylar gets it, and top one secured by the Darkseer. So both bounty runes for LGD. And it seems
that's
Jug is
actually-
going to be offlane solo. They're going to try lane against the Darkseer.
Yeah, that's actually huge. Both the bounties, but having to go safe lane, I guess because they weren't really confident. Like, probably the plan originally wasn't to go like this. I feel the trade is very favorable for LGD if HGT doesn't contest the lanes.
And in July, should be able to get level 2 pretty securely here. He just needs like 2
Yeah.
creeps of XP because of the bounty rune. We'll see if he can get close enough.
It's a very huge deal for the offlaners to get
Yeah.
the bounty rune nowadays.
Yeah, and he's going to bully out the Scarith, so should be able to hit that level 2. Just needs that range creep XP, and with a double Iron Shell, easy peasy. He's got level 2 now, even with the creeps being denied by the Life Stealer. So, LGD, well, I haven't introduced them too much. You can see in July in the offlane Darkseer up against the Trilane. He's going to be up against Pretty Whore on the Scarith Mage, Kaka on the Rubik, and ZSMJ playing the Life Stealer. In the mid lane, it's going to be Sylar on the Lycan, 1v1ing the Air Queen of Pain. In the safe lane, it's going to be Yao playing the Ember Spirit, MMY on the Visage, Faith on the support Vengeful Spirit up against the Icy Jug. So they actually send Lycan mid as opposed to the Ember Spirit against the Queen of Pain.
Ember does pretty like Ember has a very hard time. Lycan, I would say, is better because you have wolves, and when you have like two levels of your wolf, you can jungle if the lane is like terrible for you.
Yeah. And Queen of Pain kind of known for the lane dominance, and Sylar only just now picks up his first CS. Faith rotating in to try help make the lane just go that little bit better for the Lycan. As Sylar will now be under his tower looking to CS, and with the Quelling Blade should do so pretty.
Yeah, I
Pretty
don't
okay.
think the Venge being here will help too much. I think it's better for him to actually skill Terror at level 1 and just double stack the camps. For the Ember maybe later.
Yeah. 2-minute rune comes up, Pretty Whore gonna get the haste rune, and Faith gonna get a bounty rune at bottom, so runes get split between the two teams, and Darkseer at top does need to be a bit careful here, as Dire Observer does give vision into the lane, but looks like he's not gonna use this haste rune to great effect here. He does get scouted up by LGD as well, so shouldn't see this doing too much. He's kind of looking for a courier snipe here, it seems, or at least hoping that a courier maybe comes his way, but considering he was spotted with the haste rune, this shouldn't really amount to too much.
Yeah, but looking at the lane so far, if I just feel if HGT doesn't get first blood or get like a couple of kills, I'm going into the mid game is so difficult for them to fight the LGD lineup.
Scarith still...
It's like more or less if it's an even early game, LGD has a huge advantage.
Yeah. Sylar gonna get this bottle up, and Scarith's time somewhat wasted here as he's looking around for a potential bottle snipe, but very unlikely. Low percentage play as far as the Scarith is concerned, and he knows that. He's not really expecting to get a bottle snipe, but if it does happen, it's a big win for his team. So Darkseer at top, getting zoned out of the lane. He's not getting very little compared to the Jug, who's already level 3.5. This Darkseer, even with a bounty rune, is struggling to reach level 3 himself.
Yeah, to be fair, the enemy has Rubik and Skyra, very strong at killing Darkseer supports like this.
Yeah.
You can't escape, and the Juggernaut has spin against a Venge and a Visage.
No, it's proven to be a much more effective offlane for the Juggernaut. Although a hero who really, if he's getting nothing out of the lane, then this hero is not really worth picking.
Yeah, but sometimes depending on the strat though, if you just want the healing ward with levels, then it's fine for the Juggernaut to have just levels, and some like in this situation against this dual support like Venge and Visage, which can't kill the Jug. It's very difficult for them to kill him.
MMY, he goes for the room, which seems like a risky play considering he has no boots. The Jug does have boots, and this is going to be first blood. Jug gets the last hit on it for HGT. You mentioned they need first blood, they're going to find it, and that was just a risky play. Even without the Rubik rotation, Visage escaping from a boots Jug when he doesn't have boots himself was kind of a long shot.
Yeah, that was just very greedy to contest the rune alone there.
Yeah.
It was just you're right. Even if the Rubik didn't come in, he was still. Yeah,
I think he's still dead. I think it was still dead regardless.
Because he doesn't have boots.
Yeah. Jug even picked up the DD rune in July, looking to farm some stacks, which the Scarith, I believe, set up himself. So We'll share the XP with the Scareth, but this is kind of what the Darkseid needs right now.
This is huge.
Yeah. In
The
July,
ward
though,
actually
he may be getting punished for this one.
spotted.
Rubik comes in, and he can't really surge away because the telekinesis will be used as soon as he surges in. Rubik and Skyreth get the kill on him, and will come in and, well, they're not going to be able to finish off this medium camp. There's just one Ogre Bruiser there, and they will finish it off, but it's not going to be much of a prize for him.
I think he got most of the last hits from the... I think he got like 6 or 7 or something.
He's at
like
12 CS, and he did not get much CS in lane, so I want to say he got
he
most
got
of
2
that camp.
or 3 or 4, something like that. I remember like a couple of moments ago. So I guess he got most of the last hits there.
Yeah.
So he
Scareth will-
completes his soul ring from that.
it feels like it was an okay trade for Darkseer. It wasn't a first blood.
I think it was okay, considering it wasn't first blood.
It's not a probably pretty even trade in the end for the Darkseer, considering the farm and levels he got. Now he can fall back to the jungle. There's a big medium camp waiting for him, which it looks like he's going to share with the Venge, perhaps, some of this XP. And for HGT, they're all about the lane dominance, and they are up a couple of kills here. Their supports are making some movement around the map to get some early kills, but it's not like they're walking all over LGD right now.
LGD, I think if I'm LGD right now, I'm very fine with this situation, even though we are behind, but it's... I mean, if you are heroes, I'm not even further behind against the enemy team.
Mid lane, they've gone in on Sylar here, and they're going to use a Sonic Wave for the kill. Support rotation with the Sonic Wave being used. HGT just have to keep on being this aggressive. I mean, you mentioned LGD are pretty happy with their position. That's because HGT haven't really upped the aggression just yet.
Yeah, that's what they have to do as HGT, and LGD needs to just make sure that they... I just feel they just need levels. As soon as they have research level 6 and like maybe a mech on the Darkseer, they have very powerful team fight with the birds.
Yeah.
From,
And the fact they're giving the Ember Spirit the safe lane free farm, it means they know Yao will have his just phase boots, his wand, his braces / drums, just for that kind of 10 to 15 minute fighting that's going to happen, because HGT are going to be strong around that point. And Icy as well as Kaka, triple Fire Remnant comes in with a 2-hero Searing Chains as well. Icy going to drop the Healing Ward, but that should be an easy pick-off if they want it. Doesn't actually get the Healing Ward, Faith. What are you doing? He's going to go for the stun instead. They think they can out-damage the Healing Ward, and with Queen of Pain showing up, does not seem to be the case. Icy. Finally, they get the Healing Ward, and Sylar now going to pop the ultimate. They will end up getting the kill on this Juggernaut. No, Sylar going to block himself with the Wolves. Icy, one more right-click. Sylar gets it. He'll back off as well, back to safety here. Queen of Pain does get a clean-up on the Vengeful Spirit, but that was a really nice swing going the way of LGD and the bottom river. Really great play by Yao's Ember Spirit.
yeah, that triple remnant into the double chain set up everything.
Yeah. That's a ballsy play to make too, because you go in for that triple remnant, you don't have any escape from a second remnant. You're committing everything you have to it.
He knows they can't kill him because the shield will block the Fate Bolt damage and the Blade Fury damage. So he's in no danger of dying.
It's more of like Queen of Pain shows up with a Shadow Strike and a Scream, and there's some additional damage. As Queen of Pain eventually showed up, but didn't really. It doesn't have the ultimate, I guess.
I think it was quite a high percentage play because they were in the other side of the map. So I guess it was fine for him to actually fight.
Also, I mean, you have the mana problems. As soon as you Fire Remnant in and you use Searing Chains, you don't really have mana for a Fire Remnant out. That costs 410 mana, which he just barely has when he doesn't even have that when he's full mana.
He knows his limits basically.
Yeah, he basically has one Fire Remnant cast, so he wants to get a triple nuke off with that Fire Remnant.
He was very good with his mana usage.
Oh, here comes and Fest Bomb very early on. They want Sylar mid, and without an ultimate, Sylar doesn't really have an escape here, but he's got supports coming in from behind. It's Yao's Ember Spirit once more. Gets his Searing Chains off onto 2 heroes, but ZSMJ will rage it off, and Faith maybe going to be a second casualty. Air's got a blink to the high ground, barely escaped. The Fire Remnant to chase. Has he got a Searing Chains? It's on cooldown for 2 more seconds. Air will TP out just barely in time. Almost gets the Queen of Painkiller. 1-for-1 trade. Lycan for Rubik does favor HGT, but Yao's Ember Spirit showing a lot of promise right now.
Yeah, and this game, you remember the games we casted the other day? He actually he always have one early point in slide. This game he doesn't have it.
Yeah. Especially when he goes, like, we're seeing that level 1 Sleight of Fist even when he was going mid, which...
Yeah, he got it level 1. Just dodge.
Bottom lane, a dive from the Juggernaut. He's going to go for an Omni Slash and will get the kill on the Visage. Yao wants a return kill, but does not have that Sleight of Fist to set up a Searing Chains, as you just mentioned, and even with the Searing Chains, he wasn't going to be killing off the Icy Juggernaut.
Yep.
So Lycan...
he could TP away anyway, so after the chain, so he was in no danger of dying at all.
Oh, bottom lane, they're going to Sonic Wave. They blow up Yao. Couldn't even get off the Flame Guard because of the straight up Sonic Wave plus Fade Bolt damage. That's a nice little kill. That's a big kill too. Yao was starting to gather some momentum and was pretty high level as well.
He doesn't have a lot of last hits though, by the way.
Yeah, he's only sitting on 38 last hits. Queen of Pain and Lifesteal are topping the farm.
Too much. Yeah, he's moving around a lot. Lycan CS is decent. He got a lot of jungle. A lot of it was just jungle. His lane was very hard for him.
It does feel like falling back to the jungle at this point against an HGT, Rubik, Skywrath support roam, a Queen of Pain, a Lifestealer who's showing he wants to gank may be the right move right now. They're also going to deward their own jungle, so Faith finds a pesky little ward that was giving vision as well as blocking the big camp and will help secure safer farm for Sylar in this jungle.
Did you already see what ZSMJ bought? Or
no, he's 2k gold, he hasn't bought anything yet. Just face boots.
Thinking whether he wants Midas or he wants Armlet.
He's got the money for a Midas. He could still just be kind of thinking it over, but the fact he saved up all this money seems like he may go Armlet.
He's not sure what to get, that's why he's thinking.
There we go, he goes Midas.
I think Midas is a better call because you want your lifesteal is basically everything for this team.
Yeah, no,
all your damage.
I agree with the Midas for sure, and we'll help him power level as well. Hits level 9.5, and that's where the hero levels on some of these dire heroes, Jug, Queen of Pain, Lifestealer, all looking really healthy right now. 2 of them level 9 and Jug level 8.
Yeah, at this point they cannot end the game very quickly because of the way they played the game and their heroes doesn't push high ground. Like they have the healing ward but they don't siege that well. So like if you don't go for the Midas, I don't think it's optimal. So the Midas, I agree, it's the best item for the situation now.
Well, let's see what LGD have in mind here. They have got the level 6 Visage, so Familiars come into play. And in July, we haven't seen much from him. He's been sitting on this top lane, trying to just get up whatever farm he can. And he's going to Iron Chill off Yao. It looks like an easy kill on Kaka on the Rubik. No escape for him, and the TPs now start coming. Juggernaut has got an Omni Slash. There are Familiars here, so Jug has to be pretty careful. Is he going to go for the Omni Slash? You betcha. It's on the Darkseer solo. Darkseer has a wall, but he pops it a weird direction here. Doesn't actually hit any heroes with it, and easy retreat coming HGT's way. So ultimately, not really a worthwhile gank for LGD. And still not very close to a mech as well.
They brought the whole team top, yeah? And Lycan was farming the other lanes.
4 heroes for a Rubik, and well, they're going to find another kill now with Yao finding Pretty Whore. Going for runes against an Ember Spirit, just never a good idea.
He seems to always have all these haste runes,
Yeah. We'll see Hal get stolen by the Rubik. Not a bad spell, I guess. Probably be looking for something a bit better, but using the Hal when possible.
They can use it for Roche though. If they want, they have Jug, Lifestealer.
Yeah, I mean it's just a level 1 Hal. I guess it's 14 bonus damage for everyone. Better than nothing.
Yeah, if the 5 heroes are hitting the Roche, definitely something.
Yeah. So ZSMJ will go back for what looks to be an armlet now. Picks up the Helm of Iron Will, and it may be time for HGT to go for a bit of a smoke here. They are grouped up around this mid lane, and there we go. Leaves ZSMJ behind. He may infest. No, he's going to keep farming. It looks like they're going to leave. Oh no, he's going to infest the Queen of Pain, and they're very close to a very good time on his Orchid. Something like a 15-minute Orchid is probably coming his way, maybe even faster if they can find a pick-off right away here.
I found out that Dota TV is actually faster than the stream.
Okay. Alright, that's good to know.
Dota TV is like 15 seconds maybe behind him.
Yep. So Rubik going to show himself at mid lane, and Air also reveals himself. He's still got the infested Lifestealer, so GSMJ willing to commit some time to helping out his team looking for pickoffs rather than just going for a purely farm-centric playstyle. And
they have the Orchid right already on the quad.
No, he's short 300.
This would be
very
the
close.
This item will make him be able to kill the Ember very easily.
Ember, Lycan, whoever. Darkseer even, no surge away.
Basically the biggest target if they can kill repeatedly is the Ember. He's going to be carrying a lot of weight now for the team.
Queen of Pain going to go top and still has an infested Lifestealer, so seems like Air is maybe baiting things out as there are 3 LGD heroes up here. Ganking Queen of Pains now with the 1300 range blink though is... yeah, it's a challenge. Not the best lockdown from these heroes up top.
They have only one bench stun, Searing and Searing Chains. Searing Chains is the best lockdown for Clear of Pain actually. The bench stun is not even so reliable.
ZSMJ finally gives up, says, look, I've got my Midas off cooldown. I want to use my Midas. And he'll pop out of the Queen of Pain and go and make himself some cash.
Wasted a lot of time though. That was like a minute.
Yeah.
Also, a minute and a half.
It feels like at least a minute. They smoked up, didn't get anything with the smoke. Then they popped out of the smoke mid lane, and then Queen of Pain TP'd top and found nothing as well. So that was a lot of wasted time for HGT.
Yeah, that was actually a lot of time for the Lycan to catch up. Like if you're looking at their net worth right now, the Lycan is like he was like very far behind before. Now he's just a little like 800 behind the Queen of Pain, which is very good for the Lycan.
There is the Orchid you talked about though. Air's completed it now and should expect to see him to start ganking. He can find kills even without the lifesteal at this point. Like showing lifesteal on the map may make it easier for Queen of Pain to find kills.
Anyone basically he finds. Maybe apart from the Lycan. If the Lycan was able to pop his ultimate for some reason before the Orchid comes out, then maybe he can't. Like he's the hardest target to kill basically.
We'll see Icy continue to get his farm on as well in the jug. So pretty even farm, well, not even, but there is some good farm distribution for HGT, and we'll see the Orchid get revealed. Air even had a DD room, but he did not want to go committing to that kill onto Sylar. A blink in could put yourself in a very risky position against a potential Searing Chains or a Vengeful Spirit or something.
Yeah, it was a very difficult situation for him to actually try and blink in there, because if you look at the map, their vision is like on top and bottom. So they have no clue who is behind the Lycan or where the position of the heroes are.
Yeah. Tower's being traded now as Lycan will get the last hit for LGD on the mid tower, and for the HGT side, they take the top tier one. The mid tower definitely the bigger prize there though, and LGD, they're near the Roshan pit, but definitely a risky play to go for that on the Radiant side with the HGT tier 1 bottom tower up. It looks like LGD are actually kind of 5-manning. This is the 15-minute Ember Spirit 5-man, and it's going to be a defense.
They have to avoid getting picked off by the Quap, and 5-man is basically the best way to deal with them.
Icy's going to TP himself in, only has a level 1 Omni Slashes. Yao actually going to miss a Searing Chains on him. Look to maybe force out a Blade Fury or something, and both teams, 10 heroes here at the bottom lane. LGD going to decide to back off. They're going to 5-man so Queen of Pain's not getting pickoffs, and I feel like this is worthwhile for them. Even though they have to back off and not get the tower, they force HGT to bring their entire team bottom, then they TP the Ember top, they farm the jungle, they'll swing some heroes mid lanes, Lycan can farm the Ancients. It's forcing HGT to play a style that they don't really want to play with their draft.
Yeah, they want to be actually fighting as much as possible now, try to push the map and get a pickoff. Like, they still have... The Orchid is already up for 2 minutes, and they still haven't got a pick-off with it.
Yeah. Mid lane, Kaka. This is such a risky kill attempt here. Both supports going into a lifestealer Queen of Pain. Not sure what they were thinking. Maybe they thought HGT were roshing there, because that was a very weird decision to have the two supports go running in clear sight for a Rubik. Does seem like...
Looking at their vision, yeah, it's actually really weird. Maybe they have a ward on top. They see like the Rubik. Behind the Rubik, there was like no people. So
Air in trouble. Gets caught by a Searing Chains. He's locked in place. Sylar gonna get the kill. That's a mega kill streak on the Queen of Pain being ended. And now they swing middle lane. They're gonna lose a T1 tower possibly, but LGD are looking to fight. They're gonna TP in the Visage. Rubik lifts up the Lycan, but he's still got ulti form for another second or two, and he may get Kaka in that time. You betcha he will, with the help of a Visage Soul Assumption. 2-for-0 trade following this one, and it looks like Icy in some trouble. Does have an Omni Slash. Fire him to the high ground. We'll get a Searing Chains maybe, but nope, doesn't have mana for it. Yao is in hot pursuit, but doesn't have much movement speed for this one. Faith is there with a swap, so he can't Blade Fury TP. He's got to keep on running. Surge onto Faith, and the Howl is there, the swap back, and Omni Slash onto Faith is not going to kill him off, and now the Magic Missile hits. Icy may be messing up this kind of escape. He could have just kept on running or gone for some different approach there, but LGD chase him down in the end. What a worrisome position as LGD find themselves getting a few nice little kills there and not really losing any key heroes. That was a 3-for-0 in the end, only for a tier 1 tower.
The Quap kill was the biggest kill they got, a streak. Lycan's net worth is already up to number 1 after that.
He's got 4.5k gold. Are you thinking like a Necro 3 game, or does he want to go like a BKB to fight better?
BKB. This game feels like he can get BKB and AC. He don't, because the Necrobook needs the lifesteal can actually kill it very easily. So I don't feel like it's a Necrobook game. I feel he needs to get armor and spell immunity. Like I talk about HGT's lineup, very good distribution between spell damage and physical damage. So you need 2 items to actually help you survive everything.
If he gets
Armor
BKB AC and then he can go like into a Basher to fight the
Armor and
Lifestealer
BKB.
better.
Yeah, I think Basher is definitely the dream build for him is like BKB AC and Basher in this game.
Yeah. Well, after that fight, I feel like LGD are sitting pretty here. Yao going for the kind of popular Manta style build. We see this a lot on Ember Spirits when they're up against Silencers, and you've got 2 in the Skywrath and the Orchid of the Queen of Pain, so we're seeing this a lot from these kind of utility Ember Spirits.
Like I talk about them picking up the Orchid and not doing anything with it. This just makes it even harder for the Orchid to be useful compared to like, okay, you may get a Battle Fury, but you farm a lot faster. But if you get killed by the Orchid once, it actually sets you back so much that it's really bad for your team. So having the Manta slows your farm a bit, but ensures that you are not an easy kill for the comp.
Sylar does end up going for a Necrobook. There are some benefits, like you get map control off of this if you're dewarding with it. You can try and, I mean, if you get into the Roshan pit undetected, you can Rosh very easily.
Yeah, it's still a very good item on Lycan. Like, don't get me wrong, like Lycan is very good with Necrobook because of how his spells work. All the hull damage and the feral impulse with the summons.
Yeah. Well, LGD just gonna look to continue their 5-man. Queen of Pain very weak against this, and HGT are 5-manning into LGD right now, which I could see going quite poorly for them. Unless they can hit a big Sonic Wave from the Queen of Pain especially. Rubik, what spell has he got? He's got absolutely nothing at his disposal right now. And this is going to be a big 5v5 clash. Here go HGT. They drum on in. MMY is going to be made the first target. Darkseid needs to hit a wall off of this. They howl absolutely everyone. MMY getting focused down, swapped out of this one. Darkseid, it's a Sleight of Fist. It's Yao doing a lot of damage here. They're bursting through everyone. The Iron Shell on the Necro 3 fighting into this is proving to be a downright disaster for HGT. They've lost 3, only killing off the Vengeful Spirit, who's giving them the minus damage as well. And Icy now out of mana, getting burned down by the Necrobook, which is still chasing, and he's going to get, well, Sleight of Fisted down. Ember Spirit gets himself a dominating streak. Big teamfight victory for LGD. You just can't fight into this 5-man unit.
Yeah, this is the problem where I said they didn't contest the lanes and they didn't have a very huge lead from the early game. They have to get a good lead, otherwise the hero just doesn't fight very well against LGD mid-game. Team fight presence, LGD is so much better with the aura from the bench and the Lycan